Hello everyone, here I am Nibedita Jena from Ambika Prasad Research Foundation. Welcome to all of you to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. So today we are going to discuss about the ecology of wetlands and what are the ecological factors and ecological importance of wetlands. This will gonna very interesting and informative. So let's start. So let's first know that what is wetland. A wetland is a place in which the land is covered by water, salt, fresh, or somewhere in between, either seasonally or permanently. It functions as its own distinct ecosystem, and it supports both terrestrial and aquatic species. They vary widely depending on the climate, soil, vegetation, hydrology, chemistry, and human disturbance. And these little known ecosystems provide habitat for thousands of species of aquatic and terrestrial plants and animals. Many kinds of wetland ecosystem are range from small discrete sites to large spatially complex ones. And the characteristics and functions of any wetland are determined by climate, hydrology, and substrate, as well as by position and dominance in the landscape. Despite their great range in size and other features, wetlands share specific characteristics, some of which are structural like water substrate biota, and while others are functional like nutrient cycling, water balance, organic production. Analysis of these characteristics shows how wetlands are distinct from other kinds of ecosystem and illustrates the reasons for variation among wetlands. Then coming to the types of wetlands, all wetlands are not same and they vary depending upon the location in a watershed and also with reference to their biotic factors and differences in the characteristics like hydrology, water chemistry, biological functions, vegetation, site-specific factors, the climate and geology of the region, landscape position and soils. Um, these factors are not independent but form a complex interrelationship to make each wetland type a unique one. So, based on their physical, that is, geomorphological conditions, chemical and biological characteristics, wetlands are classified into various types. In general, two major categories of wetlands are recognized, such as inland wetlands and another is coastal wetlands. Inland wetlands are most common on floodplains along rivers and streams, and also in isolated depressions surrounded by dry land. And they are found along the margins of lakes and ponds and in other low-lying areas where the groundwater intersects the soil surface or where the precipitation is more to saturate the soil always. And inland wetlands include marshes and wet meadows dominated by herbaceous plants, the swamps dominated by shrubs, and wooded swamps dominated by trees. And where the coastal wetlands are areas bordering coastlines. They are closely linked to some estuaries where the seawater mixes with the freshwater bodies to form an environment of varying salinities. And the inland wetlands include inland freshwater marshes, wetlands, deep water swamps, and riparian wetlands, where the coastal wetlands include tidal salt marshes, tidal freshwater marshes, and the mangrove wetlands. Wetlands are further divided into different types based on the soil type and plant life. These are bogs, fens, swamp, and marshes. The bog is an acidic peatland or peat bog. These are freshwater wetlands, often formed in old glacial lakes characterized by spongy peat deposits, evergreen trees and shrubs, and a floor covered by a thick carpet of sphagnum moss. Often each a freshwater peatland with chemically basic, which roughly means alkaline groundwater. This means that it contains a moderate or high proportion of hydroxyl ions, which pH value greater than 7. And the fens are covered mostly by grasses, sedges, and wildflowers. And it may include grasses, roses, reeds, types, and possibly with low-growing woody plants in a context of shallow water. And a swamp beach wetland with more open water surface and deeper water than a marsh, where a coastal salt marsh may be associated with estuaries and along waterways between coastal barrier islands and the inner coast. The plants may extend from rich in mildly brackish water or to salicornia on otherwise bare marine mud. It may be converted to human use as pasture or for salt production. The hydrological functions of wetlands include flood control, coastal protection, groundwater recharge, sediment traps, and atmospheric equilibrium. In flood control, it makes the correlation between wetland loss and downstream flooding, and it can capture, store, and slowly release water over a period of time. The coastal protection serves as storm buffers, and groundwater recharge, it has more time to percolate through the soil, and in sediment traps, the wetland plants help to remove sediment from flowering water. And in atmospheric equilibrium, it can act as sinks for excess carbon and sulfur, and it can return in back to the atmosphere, which is also called denitrification. These are the chemical functions of wetlands. The first one is pollution interception. It includes nutrient uptake by plants and then settle in anaerobic soil and become reduced and processed by bacterial action. In toxic residue processing, wetlands buried and neutralized in soils, then taken up by plants and reduced through an ion exchange. And the large scale or long term additions can exceed a wetland's capacity. Then the waste treatment, the high rate of biological activity, and it can consume a lot of waste, and the heavy deposition of sediments that bury waste, and a high level of bacterial activity that breaks down and neutralizes waste. Several cities have begun to use wetlands for waste treatment. The main biological processes are uptake or assimilation by plants, algae, and bacteria, and transformation processes conducted by microbes. All of these processes occur throughout the different wetland compartments, which include water, biota, litter, and soil. And wetlands store carbon with their life and preserved plant biomass instead of releasing it to the atmosphere as carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas affecting global climates. Therefore, wetlands worldwide help to moderate global climatic conditions. The ecological significance of wetlands include natural water quality improvement, flood protection, shoreline erosion control, opportunities for recreation and aesthetic appreciation, and natural products for our use at no cost. And the enormous diversity of wetlands ecosystem plays a crucial role in regulating the hydrological processes, carbon fixation, nutrient recycling, and stores carbon dioxide and helps in climate change, etc. And economically, at the same time, some wetland plant species such as rice and various reeds can be harvested for or used to produce specialty foods, medicines, cosmetics, and decorative items. In many coastal and river delta wetlands, haying of wetland vegetation is important to livestock producers also. Thank you.